What's going on, guys? Welcome to the KastKing channel. My name's Jose from Bojuee, and I'm here to tell you about the benefits of running a braid backing on your baitcaster reels. So, running a backing on your baitcaster reels is something that a lot of pros do. And actually, a lot of avid fishermen do it, but I don't think it's something that it's talked about enough in our community. So what is running a braid backing? It's pretty much running braid on your spool all the way up to about 1/4 to 1/8, and then running your fluorocarbon. Why would you do that? Because fluorocarbon is friggin' expensive. So when someone looks at this much fluoro left, they're saying, man, I need to go get some more. And if you replace your line a lot because you fish in a lot of mucky areas, stuff with a lot of timber, rocks and stuff like that, or you're just weird about changing your line out constantly like myself, then hey, you're constantly replacing it. And fluorocarbon is not cheap. But if you're constantly replacing the entire spool of fluorocarbon, you're thinking, you know, how much of this is actually hitting the water? But I'm replacing an entire spool. X amount of yards is getting replaced. That's throwing a lot of money down into the trash. So that's where using braid as a backing comes in. Not only does it save you money, but putting braid down nice and tight down on the spool gives it a smooth, solid backing. So it actually will allow you to cast farther. So when you're putting your braid on, you want to put it on nice and tight. So this is the braid that I like to use. If you couldn't tell, I'm a fan of the KastKing Super Power braid. I like to use the 50-pound braid as my backing. I use the 50-pound just simply because, not necessarily because of the strength, but because of the thickness of the diameter. So I'll tie an arbor knot, and then like I said before, I'll spool it to about 1/8, 1/4 to 1/8 of an inch. From there, I'll tie a small double uni knot. I've said it in my videos before, that's just the knot that I prefer to tie. And I'll only go 3 times around on each side, making sure that it's a very small knot. So that's how you can make one spool of fluoro that can cost you, you know, a pretty penny in the long run of continuously replacing your fluoro. You can make it last months versus just a few fishing trips. So let's go ahead and spool up my speed demon. Well, there, now you can see I've got between 1/4 of an inch and 1/8 of an inch of braid. It's on there real tight. If you can put your thumb in between the line and move it around, it's not on tight enough. Like I said, this is a solid backing that you want for your fluorocarbon, so you want that on there nice and tight. So now let's get that fluorocarbon on. Ooh, and there we go. That's what it looks like right there. If you can see that, it's a little, but boom, you can't even tell that there's braid backing. And that's the way it should be, because you've got between 1/4 of an inch and 1/8 of an inch full of fluoro. So now the reel will cast more efficiently because it's got more of a solid backing behind it. And now when it's time for me to cut off that fluoro, I'm only cutting at the knot and then replacing what fluoro needs to be replaced, instead of throwing away an entire spool of fluoro, instead of, you know, replacing 160 yards of fluoro. So it saves money, makes your reels more efficient. So why not give it a try? So if you like this type of content, you know, hit that like and the subscribe down below. Head over to my channel, Bojuee. The link for that will be down below. And as always, I appreciate y'all. So let's get it.